Nikhil Mathew is an IT engineer who's created the Awomowa app, and he's with us here just now. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great today as well. Now, the Awomowa app, can you just describe what it is and what it does, first of all?
Oh yeah, for sure. I know this pandemic has actually been very tough on all the small businesses.
Hmm.
Many small businesses are finding it very difficult to make their ends meet.
Yeah.
For example, all the small ones like the ones who sell homemade food, or they export fresh meats or fish from different countries. It's just been very difficult for them to actually get the people to come to their store due to many reasons, of course, which is, let's say, they were not able to inform their regular customers that they're following the COVID rules, or the fresh products that come in, or any reasons. There's no communication that is happening between them and the small businesses. So the main purpose that we actually worked on developing this particular app was to help all these small businesses to create a community with their regular customers, so that they can actually communicate with the regular customers on a regular basis and build a brand for their own business.
Yeah. And how exactly does it help these businesses? Because I guess most of the time, if you're going to go to a small business, you just go and do it. You don't tend to look for an app.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because the reason why you don't look for it is because they don't have the money and the time to actually get it developed.
Mm.
During this pandemic, if you notice, the biggest profit was made by Amazon. That's just
Yeah.
because they were digital. If these small businesses also had a digital presence, it would have helped them with good revenues and increase in sales.
Yeah.
Just that helping them get digital presence is what Awomowa brings to them.
Mm.
So they can communicate about any particular products that's available, that wasn't available yesterday.
Yeah.
And they can actually get updates. The stores are opening up soon. The store is closing soon, or COVID has been COVID protocols have been followed 100%. Nothing to worry about. Those kind of
Yeah.
updates is very important so that they can inform their regular customers. Now, when it comes to small business, it's only certain amount of people who come to their store, and they need to make sure that they maintain that regular customers, because getting new customers is always expensive.
Mm.
But to maintain and make sure that their regular customers keep coming to their store is very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually the main reason behind this particular app, and this is going to help them get digital within a small span of 2 minutes. Just register, you get an app under your business immediately.
Yeah.
And yeah, and this app will allow you to do many different things that's actually available with all these big giants. One is update any kind of offers. You can schedule appointments. We are also planning to build in a lot of other features as well, so that it can actually help them empower themselves to do a lot of different things and compete with the bigger giants.
Yeah, definitely. And before this app, the only way that you'd really be able to find this information is through a Google search, and that's not always effective. You might not get the answer you want.
Exactly, and you won't be able to find, let's say, if I'm a business owner who is actually selling my freshly baked cookies from my home,
Yeah.
there is no way you will find my information on Google.
No.
So you will have to communicate to them through Instagram. There would be Facebook. There would be WhatsApp. Now, the problem with all these things is that, especially with WhatsApp, the phone numbers is very private, right? So you don't want to share the information with the business owners if you don't want to.
Yeah.
So it just helps them to get online very quick and update them within seconds. Instagram, Facebook, you just have to go log in to see, has it been updated, and you're not looking into it just to go and search about a business.
Yeah.
So this is where it actually would help. If you have an app in 2 minutes, you're registered, you already have something there, and then you can start any kind of business you want, and you already have a digital presence.
Yeah.
Now, if you think about it, it's not expensive.
Yeah.
You can just actually get it done within. It's actually, we are trying to, as a pre-launch offer, we are actually trying to give them 3 months of free registration. And then after that, it's just a cost of a coffee, maybe maximum $2 to $5 per month. It's not going to be very expensive.
Yeah.
The main purpose is actually to just get the small business digital and help them grow.
Yeah, $2 to $5 a month. That's a tiny price to pay, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Because you spend a lot of money in a online advertisement, or if you want to put it on a paper. By the time you get to it, it's going to be very expensive. Now, this is like a monthly subscription with $2. You're already having digital presence. You can actually communicate with your regular customers every single day. You update. It's up to you. You use your app as if it's your own app, right? You want to do whatever you want to do with the app. It just gives you the control of being digital.
Yeah, definitely. And Google and Facebook and the other companies you mentioned are some of the biggest companies in the world. So why should a business register with your app instead of one of them?
Yeah, so Google, Facebook, Instagram, all those companies, they are actually not for small business owners. It's you need to have a good amount of currency to actually start marketing yourself in any of those bigger products. And again, we are not competing with Google, we are not competing with Facebook or Instagram. That's not the purpose. The purpose is actually just to make sure that you have your own app that you can actually promote, and you have your own control over your own app. You can do whatever you want to do with your own app, however you want to make it better, however you want to communicate with your regular customers. It's all up to the owner of the business to do what they want to do. It has nothing to do with Google, Facebook. You can still market on Facebook. You can still market on Google. You are still going to do all those things that you're going to do. It's just that all the ones that you're currently doing is not keeping your regular customers in one community. You're just losing those regular customers after you market. They come to your store and then that's it. They are forgotten. Now, that is something that is going to be very difficult. Once it's forgotten, then you're not going to get them back immediately. It's up to the will of the customers when they should come back. So having something like a community or like an app where you have your closed regular customers is always beneficial, because you can immediately, anytime you want to send a message to them, you can send it out. That actually helps them to get back to your store. That's something, let's say they plan to come next month. By one of your single message, they can come back within a day. So you get them to come to your store 2 times a month instead of 1. That increases the revenue.
Yeah, definitely. So in the not too distant future, what other plans have you got for the app? How are you going to develop it over the years?
Yeah, the plans are actually very, we have a lot of plans in our pipeline, but it all depends on how this is actually growing and how it's acceptable by the small businesses.
Yeah.
So we want to actually provide as many features as possible that's available in the market with the bigger giants. We want to provide online inventory that's provided to them in the app. You can do an online shopping that we want to get included. We are going to get more AI related, searches available for them. So all these features are going to be available for all these small businesses without spending any money. It's going to be the cost of the company who we will be developing all these things and giving it to them at a cheapest rate as possible. So they get to utilize all these features without hiring any IT professional, without hiring any technical staffs in their stores, because the main target for me is, or for the Awomowa app, is all the small businesses with employees, maybe between 1 to 5 employees. So it's not that they can hire another 5 people for IT to develop an app and then test and keep them engaged. That's not the type of target market we are looking for. Our target market has always been the smaller one. So, we will provide as many features as possible that's available in all these bigger giant apps, and it will be available for them so they can actually utilize it to go digital and grow their company.
Yeah, definitely. Well, where are we able to find the app and download it if we're a customer, and also register our business if we're a business owner?
Yeah, so there would be actually 2 apps available on the store. So it's available on Play Store as well as on the Apple Store. So you'll always find 2 apps. One is the Awomowa business side, which is the admin side, where all the small businesses will register and utilize that as their admin panel to communicate with their regular customers. And now, as I mentioned, once they register, this app actually creates an app inside Awomowa, and that becomes your own app.
Wow.
And just like how, for example, you register your app and you have your own app, you have to promote it to your regular customers. We do not promote your app anywhere. You have to promote it in your store. When a regular customer comes, get them to download and link them up. So that there will be another app which is called the Awomowa Customers, which is where all the customers are going to download and link it to your business. It's actually, it's a simple thing when you do it, but my explanation might be like, oh, it's going to be very tough, but it's actually very simple. Scan the code and it's already linked, and you're only linked to the business that you want to. You will not be allowed to link to any other business unless that particular a new business has actually registered with the app and wants you to register with them.
Yeah, definitely. Well, thanks very much for coming on the show today. It's been very interesting to chat to you.
Thanks, Robin.